rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K, and welcome to another edition of my Rants and Raves video cast. Today we're going to talk about collaboration, and I have Petra Shimanishi, who's the Director of rAVe Solutions and Connected Ecosystems for Panasonic. Petra, first off, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, thanks for having me, Gary. Appreciate it.
Well, in your role, I mean, obviously, in the last 3 or 4 years, the focus of everything rAVe has been all around collaboration. You know, we all went from like hybrid world or, online, joining from home, connected virtual worlds to hybrid worlds to HyFlex. There's a lot going on in collaboration right now. Tell me what Panasonic's approach is to it.
Well, Panasonic Connect is historically kind of just produced products that have been like boxes or edge devices, so to speak, on a network. What we started doing very differently from last year was realizing that all of our products are put together in an ecosystem, and especially now that we've got audio as part of our portfolio, we started looking at how do we make our products work better together. But the idea of making our products work better together means that it would be easier to install the products and provide a better seamless end user experience, so to speak. So the way we've evolved our product line is not only building in functionality when they're used separately, like for example, our PTZ cameras, the AWUE40, the AWUE50, and the AWUE80 this summer all feature built-in auto tracking within the camera. But now if you tie these PTZ cameras in with Panasonic's wireless audio system, we also have the ability to trigger PTZ camera presets simply by speaking
You have the ability to what?
microphone.
You can track the PTZ
Trigger presets. Yeah.
Okay. And is that because it's using the microphone technology in the wireless audio systems to figure out where the person is and tracking them? It helps, zoom in better to the person, or what? How does that work?
Well, most of these rooms don't have their own PTZ camera controller, right?
Right.
Regardless of whether it's a classroom, a boardroom, or whatnot. So you want to provide more of a feeling for the remote users that they're in the room of the meeting. So we have a piece of software called the AWSF 300, which you can download today from our PTZ Control Center, and that allows you to map PTZ presets with wireless microphone locations in a room. Now you have to be careful because you got to make sure once you say this mic is here and then you take it off, you put it on the charger, you got to make sure you return it to the same place that it was is. Yeah. Otherwise it can get a little confusing as to who's talking when. And you could even do this with our AWUE4 wide angle fixed camera. We could set a preset where it zooms in. So instead of switching from user to user and pivoting, it would actually zoom in like a hard cut, like you're watching broadcast. And with this, of course, you can automatically adjust the delay so that your remote users don't get dizzy, especially if there is a meeting room or there's conversation where people are going back and forth very quickly. And then at the InfoComm show, we just launched our beamforming ceiling microphone, which has support for voice trigger presets with one PTZ camera built into the microphone. So now without any additional software, if I have a conference room with one Panasonic PTZ camera and one Panasonic beamforming ceiling mic array, I can actually map the beams to each PTZ camera preset.
So what
without
form
any
factor is that
additional
ceiling?
software.
So, sorry, what form factor is that ceiling speaker? Is it a ceiling tile like a lot of the others, or how's it installed?
It's a good question. It's a little bit smaller than a ceiling tile.
Okay.
It's about 15 by 15 by 2. And it ships with all the brackets. You can install it on the wall. You can install it semi-flush. I call it semi-flush because it also includes the control box.
Okay.
So there's no separate box that needs to be installed. I can suspend it using cables from the ceiling, really important, especially if you live in an earthquake-prone zone. And it also has a VESA connection for an optional VESA mount. So if I wanted to pole mount this from the ceiling, and this is designed for ceilings that are anywhere from 8 feet to 14 feet high. Features 64 microphones that you can split in up to 4 Zooms or 4 beams, so to speak. And then we have 4 exclusion zones as well.
And is it?
And this will be. Sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go. I was going to ask you if it's capable of handling. How big of a room is it capable of handling?
About 30 feet by 30 feet.
30
and you could
feet
have
by 30
multiples
feet.
up to 4 in one room. 30 by
Okay.
30, 30 by 30 foot space. Features, of course, Dante digital connection for the audio, and also a separate local area network connection so that you can tie it into the same network that your Panasonic PTZ camera is on, or your control system. And then we incorporated a third RJ45 for an optional wireless antenna unit, which we're also introducing. And that wireless antenna unit allows an end user to add 2 additional Panasonic wireless microphones to the ecosystem without taking up any rack space. And this is because when we interviewed a lot of people in higher education, you know, they spent all their CARES Act money on these ceiling mics, but then they realized they still needed a dedicated microphone for the teacher or the presenter.
Yeah,
so
for like is that for voice lift and for remote?
Right.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. And then
And
what
then
about the connectivity of like all your display products into this as well? Because obviously people are still using projectors in classrooms and monitors in meeting rooms. What kind of like communication do you have there? And do you also present these in packaged formats like Zoom rooms and Teams rooms and certification, that kind of stuff?
Well, we are working towards certification for the whole ecosystem. It's important to note that all of our PTZ cameras are Zoom certified today,
Okay.
which is great. Wireless microphone system is going to undergo Zoom certification shortly. As for the displays and the projectors, and that's really what Panasonic is very well known for.
Yeah.
Of course, all of them have a local area network port. There's so many flavors. I mean, my gosh, if you were to take a look at our entire ecosystem of displays and projectors, you would almost be dizzy with the amount of options that we provide, from very large laser projectors to ultra short throw projectors like the CMZ50, which we introduced at the Infocom show, which is perfect, by the way, for meeting room spaces or classrooms where you don't want the presenter to get blinded, so to speak, at the front of the room. And then, of course, we've got a number of displays in varying sizes and formats that the customer can pick and choose. But all of them have local area network connections today. And we're looking at how we can better enhance the communication of those products with the rest of the ecosystem over the network.
So is there one place that all this is wrapped up on the Panasonic website? Like, where would we go to learn all about all this?
Yeah, I would go to the Panasonic Connect website, us.panasonic.com, and you can actually filter by product category, or you can go to the meeting space webpage, or you can go to the education webpage. Either one of those will talk about the full ecosystem of how all these things work. We don't have all the information on our new ceiling mic up on the website quite yet. We were showing it in pre-delivery form there at the Infocom show. We are taking pre-orders for reservation in January, but you'll see some updates made to the website over the next couple of months with that information.
And we have a video of it we shot at Infocom, so we can include that. And don't forget, you can also talk to your Exertis Almo rep and get all this information from them as well. So Petra, thank you very much. I really appreciate you joining me. And I'll include links for all of this in the description. If you're watching this anywhere on social, you just look down, you can see all those links. Otherwise, just go to ravepubs.com, find this on our website. We'll include those links as well. Petra, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Gary, and thanks to the rAVe team for stopping by our booth at the show. We had a great
shot a lot of
videos.
videos.
You did too.
We did shot a lot of videos, so we got a lot of stuff for them. So thank you very much, everyone. And of course, you can check out Exertis Almo at exertisalmo.com.
rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves.